Hi guys, welcome to the Rawk review. My name is Frank, and I've been asked to do some album reviews for you. So the first one we're going to do is the new Metallica album. What else are we going to do, right? It's the biggest thing in metal right now. Hardwired to Self-Destruct. I got my copy on vinyl right here, and I gotta say, I was very surprised with the end result. So I wasn't excited about the new Metallica release. I knew it was coming, and I didn't get excited until I heard the first song they released, Hardwired to Self-Destruct. I was like, hey, you know what? This is pretty badass, man. I'm kind of excited to hear this album. They released a couple more songs, and I was like, hey, these are pretty good songs too. So by the time the album came out, I couldn't wait to hear the rest of it. And let me tell you, I think it's a great album. Metallica did not let anyone down, and I think some of the old school guys like myself that were brought up on the stuff from the 80s, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, and Justice for All, I think you'll appreciate this album too. It goes right back to some of those roots. You got some of the aggressiveness. There's actually some fast songs on there. They got a lot of the great guitar harmonies that they had on albums like Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, and Justice for All. Those, things that have been missing for the last 20 years. So, the one problem that I do have with the release is that a lot of these songs are really long. You're not talking about 3-4 minute songs. Most of them are, 6, 7, 8 minutes long. When you have songs of that length, it has to be cohesive, right? So, at times, the song will be flowing along, you'll be 3.5 minutes into the song, and then it goes into this break, and that cohesion just goes kapoof, and they just lose me there. It's like, why did you put this break in the song? It makes me want to hit the skip button, and it happens more than once. It happens on a few songs at a few times. Some of the intros, it's just a little too long. Okay, you're dragging this out a little bit for me. Move along, please. The other thing that kind of stood out to me was Kirk Hammett's guitar solos. They're just not that memorable. They're not bad. I'm not saying they're bad. They're just not memorable. You've got so many great guitar solos that Kirk Hammett has done over the year, and I just don't feel that there's a whole lot of that on this album. It just feels kind of chaotic sometimes. But that may change as I listen to it more. The more I listen, the more I do like it. But those were really the only issues that I had with the release. I thought it was great that they paid tribute to Lemmy from Motorhead. I thought they did some really good stuff on Spit Out the Bone. That song kicks your ass. That's probably my favorite song on the album. I just love it. I haven't heard Metallica do something like that since Dyer's Eve. Closing out an album with that song was just spectacular. It was awesome, man. So, that being said, I'm going to give this album 7.5 stars out of 10. And I think it's probably going to stand up to the test of time. There are songs on this album that I will still enjoy listening to probably 10, 15, 20 years from now, just like I still listen to Master of Puppets, Ride the Lightning, Kill 'Em All. Those songs all stand up to the test of time. There's a few on here that'll do that. There's a couple of stinkers. I'm not a fan of Confusion. The name says it all. Why is it on the album? But, that's only my opinion. Nobody has to agree with me. Just my opinion. But all in all, great choice. Pick it up. Good release. Congratulations, Metallica, for debuting at number 1. I knew you would. Even if I hated the album, I knew you'd debut at number 1. So, that concludes my review of Hardwired to Self-Destruct. The next one I'll be doing for you is the New Testament, Brotherhood of the Snake. And this is Frank with Rawk signing off.